Ray. And Randy. Oh, Evelyn is here. Here's the Martin. Water gun is there. Here's the Angela is there.
Could I ask something?
Yeah, what you?
Yeah, I was touching by it last time also. It's like I feel very, I'm not so happy by this teaching. Normally I feel very happy by your teaching, but this one make me feel very agitated, like the opposite of free.
Yeah,
you know?
this makes you so ugly yourself. You feel yourself so ugly.
Yeah, but this is the opposite. It's also a hook in it, like attachment is a hook, and this is also a hook.
Yes.
I mean, what's the point of going around looking at everything is filthy and ugly and
that's what it's called
bad? And what's the point of
that's what it's called investigate. Yeah, you have heard of investigation?
Of course.
Yes. So use a sense of your mental capacity if you can capture it.
But it creates very ugly feelings in me, and
yes,
and it doesn't create freedom. You know, I'm not free in this. I just feel what do you call it? You know, like
yes.
I don't know.
That's
I want to go further.
You got the message. That's good.
Yeah, but I don't. I feel tied down. You know, tied down.
So you got the message. Now you try out how to get out of it.
Yeah, but you have to help us. Help me.
I'm helping you. You know.
What?
Every time I'm helping you.
Yeah, you do.
Yes.
But here I feel stuck. I'm stuck in this.
Yeah, if you're stuck there, then you are stuck there.
Yeah.
You have to get out of it.
Gati para samgati bodhisattva.
Yes, gati para samgati bodhisattva. You start somewhere.
Maybe. Yeah.
Om banza sado samaya manobalaya banza sado tenoba dida member sudo kayo member subu kayo member anurado member sorasi de me prayata sawa karma sudame jeda shriya guru hongo ha ho bhagavan sarva tatangadam madrama me manzam bawa ma samaya sado. Very good. Okay, now we are where now? We just finished this 65, verse 65 we just finished. Now 66, what is said here? So now, these are all just more details, you know. Is it not best to have no lust? So means, as I mentioned, we can't force our lust or say attachment just go away, you know, say, I don't like it, so get out of here. You cannot say that. But we start from there, purify, reduce with conviction. With full conviction, you need such sense of that makes sense. Yes, truly, whether you want to accept or not accept is our choice. No, nobody can force. You see, even Buddha cannot force. Even Buddha cannot kind of order to me, say, all your mental afflictions, get rid of it. But Buddha has to teach how to do that. So this is what we're going through, you see. So for something that by nature stinks, see, the worldly the worldly sentient beings crave besides their purpose. Why do they anoint their flesh with the pleasant scent, the impure body with all this source of filth, and we anoint all this perfume scents, and we're so confused. And then you see in the TV, they advertise you. So this smells good, you see, and it puts on your head, in your hand, and it smells. Look, you smell it, So like that, you see. Now 67, what it said was, it's again a little more redundant, 67, for if this scent is sandalwood, how can it be the perfume of the body? So it's not so it is a question of asking. So it basically say it's not the perfume of the body, it's the perfume of the sandalwood. How is it that the fragrance of a thing induces you to crave for something else? So sandalwood, the perfume, the scent applied to the body, and you attach the body, not the sandalwood. So it is a little strange. So now you know this. Then just look at the nature of the body itself. I was saying here. So with the 68, he said, with the lanky hair, with the long nails overgrown, with the dirty teeth all reeking with the stink of slime, this body naked as it is unintended, is indeed a horror to behold, you see. In the world, you see, we have to make the hair so beautiful, nice, various colors, stylish hair, and your nails up, all nails are made so beautiful, and you washed, and toothbrush, all these things done. If these are just kept as a natural, nobody will like it. So some places in a nomad, way out, in the country, nomad people there, everything kept so natural. Their hairs are just, over all the head, and the teeth the stink, and long nails and dirty nail, that. Then you say, oh, they are not. We say they are not civilized, They are not so civilized. So they need to teach how to civilize. So you tie, you the tie on your neck, a special coat. So then civilized. So just look at this, basically, As I mentioned, samsara is just artificial. We artificially then created all this. Then we are so attracted. We are so entangled with that. And then our The habit becomes so deep, ingrained within that confusion. See, and then 69. Let me see. So now here, Shantideva was feeling a little sad. You see, 69, what he said is here, why go to such excess to clean and polish? So we clean our face, hair, polish the nails, all this. What is but a weapon that will injure you, may injure our mind, deepens our attachment. It develops stronger attachment. So it injures our mind, our peace of the mind. Mind should be very peaceful, calm, but these, they bring up, steers the mind, and they injures the peace of the mind. See? The cares that people squander on themselves in ignorance convulse the universe with madness. So whole samsara, whole universe is within this state. What a pity, how they cannot wake up from this delusion. Oh, the madness is just everywhere. Then next coming 70, you see, when you saw the hips of human bones, you felt revulsion in the charnel ground. When you go to the charnel ground, the bones are scattered everywhere. There's some feeling of chilly, revulsion, sadness. So this is the reality, nature of our life. The person who died is this, now I'm the next. And will you take delight in the city of the dead, frequented by such skeleton and that live and move? Now in the city, in the town, people are walking back and forth. Its nature is skeleton, but plastered by the skin and flesh. So are you not really realizing this? No. You must study, practice the Dharma teachings. Make your mind more kind of peaceful. Make yourself more joyous life. From these, as is described all above, only, of course, out of your kind of confusion, you want peace and happiness, you want joy, you want all these things, but you will not get real peace and happiness, joy from this, only suffering. So look at in this world nowadays, how many they married and how many they divorce once, twice, 3 times, now 4, 5 times, in the life. Because that's not the solution for our life's peace and happiness. But we need such a skill how to communicate the teachings. to others. No? Reflect it and share the wisdom to others. Everybody will not interested, but there are some are really they're thirsty in the teaching. But we need skill how to share this. Mm-hmm. So that's the 70 thing. No. Next 71. Now to marry. In the old time and nowadays as well, you see. What's more, you see, possession of others, another's filth is not to be acquired free of charge. So when you meet couple, then when you like each other, then you have to have things to make them happy. This is not free. You have to buy things for others. Like in India, then it's very costly. Especially, when the family who give the birth of the girl, they involve a lot of expenses. So they don't like to give birth of girls, only boys. Because it's not free. You have to spend a lot of money there. So this is just in India, Indian culture, Likewise, everywhere you see, the parents, they have to spend money, so it's not free. See? So it's not to be acquired free of charge. All is at a price, so exhaustion in this life. So you have to work so hard, day and night, And because of this, now when you work day and night, so it involves a lot of emotional, mental activities, attachment, anger, resentment, and then we create a lot of negative karmas. And in the next, the suffering of hell. So that's how we go to the hell realm. It's not that somebody is made for us, but we create it. Even this life, you like going to like hell. When there's a disagree, the man or wife or woman, they disagree each other's, and they could go through a lot of emotional problems. They attach each other so much, a lot of suffering, even in this life, like a hell realm. Sometimes there's suicide. So look at this. It's our mental affliction, mental delusion that need to purify. See? It's not there that what we perceive has something essence there, but our mental delusion, so habituated. So let's it will really convince you that's the best way, And there we go through all this trouble. Just look at these. I'm just trying to share what is happening and how we have to work hard with our mind. Sometimes it's not easy, especially it's not easy. If it is easy, anybody can do it, or everybody will do it. It's not easy. But once we understood, not as a Buddhism, but as a universal, then everybody has responsibility, work, make effort, because we have Dharma teachings. If we don't have Dharma teachings, then of course, then what we can do? No. It's useless to discuss about these things. But this is everybody's interest. You see, nowadays, there are so many psychiatrists. There are so many psychologists. There's so many in every country, because there's some mental delusions are coming. Now they're adopting those psychiatrists, the psychologists, they're adopting information from different places. And they found a lot of information from Buddhism, especially I think Vajrayana, Mahayana teaching, like this especially, There's a lot of information they can take, use there. So we have the direct or the depth. So why we not just study, practice this? See? Now verse 72, together richest young boys are unable. See, when you're teenage, you cannot make money so much. You go to elementary school, high school, you cannot make money. And what can they enjoy when they are fully grown? So when they are fully grown, they cannot enjoy it. Then after that, you see, the whole of life is spent in gaining wealth. So when you're young, youthful, and then you're growing, it's like, say, in the West, we have to get a job. It's as well, not everywhere. The people are starting their business, getting a job of anything, to survive their life, to feed the family, all this. But then they are old, too old to satisfy their lust, then too old, then physically incapable. Mentally, still they have attachment. But body now is suffering so much. Look at this. So look at, yes, it's not saying these things, it's not interest. This is everybody's interest. Here, Martin from, Rika, he's very interested about this. But you have to understand, at the end of the day, when you get old, then mentally, attachment, aversion, they never get old, Our body get old, and physically we get old. Mentally still young, active. If, say, well, the party is getting old, and then mentally, if they're getting old, it's good, but mentally, they never get old. And then there's a lot of conflict. So much suffering is there. So only to get all of this mentally, Dharma practice. See, we look at this reality nature, so I have to make it happen. Then practice the Dharma in permanence. As mentioned here, all this, read this, and then meditate on this. After making effort for some time, then you will really appreciate, oh, I made effort, so I got some benefit. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful to the wisdom of the Buddha. No? It's not because I'm a Buddhist, but because I need these teachings. See, everybody's interest, you see, but we don't know how to adopt it. We don't know how to practice it. No? I heard now, as mentioned, nowadays there are some people say, I'm Buddhist, I like Buddhist teaching. No, but nirvana is too far. No. The nirodha, the cessation is too far. I want, good business, good life. Then Buddhists say, I like it, But then at the end of the day, what benefit you got being Buddhist? Nothing. So if you study, practice these teachings, well, Buddha taught these teachings, we will get really great benefit. This is nothing to do with the monks or not monks, lay people. This is everybody's interest. So, because we all equally want peace and happiness. So becoming monks and nuns is just one, should say, Buddha made so many kind of method choices. So it's one way of the choice. Otherwise, everybody has the opportunity. See. Then now 673. Then 73, what is said? Some are rest in their great desires. They are just going through so much to fulfill their desire. But worn out by their day-long work. So to make, like, say, good family, then they work day long, and then they are so tired, they're worn out. They go home broken by fatigue. So they are so by fatigue, this whole just exhausted. To sleep, the slumber of a corpse is like a slumber in the corpse, like a dead. Yeah, some years ago, I heard, when I was in Europe, in Germany, a couple, they married, they gave birth a child, and they are looking for a good house, and they worked so hard, and their child is under the child care. They hired somebody, they paid, and the child is raised by that child care. So after some time, they made a good money. And then when with the person with the child care, so they go together. The child is not coming to his parents. The child is going to the child care. So they were so upset. So now we work so hard to make life better, to raise the child better. So now the child doesn't like us. It's going others, who cares the child? So it's like that, you see, in the samsara. These are some stories you can hear, lot of informations, conflict informations you can hear. I'm sure you know more than I do, So, then verse 74 said, then some weird, weird by their travel far from home. So they are tired. They're going like a business, in the pastime as well. Some business, they travel for so many other places. That time there was no cars, anything, but just horse, yachts or donkeys. They take, then they go for business for months and years, See, far from home, must suffer separation from their wives. So that husband going to business for months, years, and he has to separate from his wife. And there's so much suffering, emotional, Then they said, and children whom they love and long to see. And he loves his wife, he loves his children. They also love him. So they long to see. And they do not meet with them for an year in. Even years they don't meet, they don't see. It's reality, nature. At that time, just in the country, because there's no cars or any transportations. But nowadays, also you see, we have such a advanced transportation, aeroplanes, cars, trains, country to country, continent to continent. How much we have to work hard, make money. So look at these, some information, Then 75 says, he said, 75, some ambitious for prosperities to make good wealth, not knowing how to get it, they are ignorant of the skill, how to do this business, how to work these things. That's what I mentioned when you go to the college, university, we all study like economic, how to do business, politician, or science, all this we study. So that time, such kind of skills are not there. So some are not knowing how to get the wealth, and sell themselves. Then they have to sell themselves for the wealth. Happiness eludes their grasp and pointlessly. And then they exchange, you see, they sell, and then because they have no skill, they have no wisdom, anything of this, and happiness eludes their grasp, and pointlessly they live and labor for their masters. They work for others because they don't have skill for themselves. For the happiness, for the joy. But how much you have to sacrifice is saying here now. Look at these. And he's not saying you should not do this. Everybody's interested, they're doing that. But at the end of the day, how much you can get, how much benefit you get. See? Then 76, Listen, some sell themselves, no longer free. Like say some work. Some made some kind of arrangement for the work, how much you can get it. So until you have finished the project, and you have to work day and night. See? In bondage, slavery to others. So basically, you sell for others. No, to fulfill that agreement. See? And then say destitute, their wives give birth with only trees of shelter in the wild. Well, they're making enough money, so he was working very hard. And then there's no good place for themselves, so the wife gives birth child under the tree. So at that time, they're poor, If you look at the other, in many other places, still they're facing the same kind of problem. Suffering, This is a samsara. So develop such a strong compassion with the wisdom. They want to be successful, but they become slave. A lot of maid, housemaid, they try to get job other countries. And some they both, they torture them. Some are killed. There's a lot of stories like that, you see, even nowadays, I heard one time in Nepal, one family, a beautiful daughter, she went outside the country to get a job, house, work, to clean, washing, all that. And the boss of that was so bad. Later, she died. And the dead body just brought to Nepal, and whole family was crying. This all nothing but only for this, get some money, work. So look at this. It's really heartbreaking, It's a samsaric nature. Just meditate on this. Develop bodhicitta, which will come, and practice the Dharma. Maybe I can make a difference in the world. I can share some of my wisdom to others. So see, Buddha's teaching is how to alleviate from the poverty of the delusion. See, we are under the control of all the poverty of the delusion. No wealth of wisdom, no wealth of compassion. No. So this is what is basically is teaching about us, So just share this some to others, even few people, they can get benefit. See? Page 77, I think. Developer Lambatak, Sundu Soa Chaoshi, Sotro Doshi, Yudu, Kitchen Gender Drawatch. You see, 7 says, who deceived by craving for livelihood, decide that they will make their fortune in the wars, though fearful for their lives and seeking gain, it is slavery they get, you see. We go to the war, then for that we get the money, fortune, then we feed the family. So actually your life is sold for this. And when you go to war, who knows? If there is a battle, so this fresh, precious human life was just sold for just this life's livelihood. Generally, the war, the battle, the war is the fight because of our arrogance, ignorance, attachment. But at the end of the day, the result is only suffering, you see. Everybody suffers from this. There's no gain. So we all need great wisdom to walk, you see. Then you see, 78, some as the result of craving, the desire, had their bodies slashed, impaled on pointed stakes. Some are wounded, run through by lens, where some are put to death by fires. See, because of the she is saying that now the craving, the desire, attachment between, say, boyfriends, girlfriends, husband, wife, all because of business, or because of politicians. You see, these are so common. You see, look at there's so many lawsuits, you see, because of this, our desires. Then fighting, quarreling, going into prison is so common. So these are just reflecting on this. Then we have to wake up, do something better, purify the mind, and make a difference in the society. Help the whole in the society. So how I can help? So study these teachings, practice these teachings, uproot our delusions as much as we can. Make a change ourselves and do something good for whole society. Then that's what the benefits of the Buddha's teaching. That's what Buddha wanted. So Buddha taught this, just enough as there's a teaching in the Uttara Tantra, just example. A very poor family, even not have enough food, just day, so poor, so destitute, and it's just stay in the hut, but under the ground, this is the treasurer, so a lot of minerals, jewels underneath, but that family doesn't know. They feel they're so poor, so destitute. So the miner who can see this and understand underneath the ground, they have the mind, wealth, endless treasury. So then the miner tells the family, you just dig under the ground. You have all the wealth. So then work hard, dig the ground, and they find such as endless treasury. Diamonds and all the jewels, gold, So then they say, we are so rich now. They are already rich right from the beginning, but they don't have the wisdom to find that. They're confused. So as soon as they found, they are rich. But as mentioned, they are already rich right from the beginning, but they felt they are so poor and destitute. So like this, we all have the wisdom. We all have the, insight. We just need to uncover these delusions, ignorance. When we could uncover these adventitious obscurations, the enlightenment, the bodhicitta is within us. We just need to reveal it. So that's why we need to study these teachings, and then understand, see. And next, we are so much under the wealth, money, So it's the purpose of here saying, verse 79, the pain of gaining, keeping, and of losing all. See the endless hardship brought on us by poverty. For those distracted by their love of wealth, there's no chance for freedom from the sorrow of existence, you see. Now here it is not suggesting, as I mentioned, not food, it's not suggesting so you should not have food, clothes, place to live, but was so obsessed. See, first there's so much pain to make the money, wealth. Not only money, all wealth. So you can see the business in the world now. It's become so complex. The big companies, they cannot make money within the country. They have to expand all over the world to many countries, you see. Once they can make the money, then keeping means protecting. How much it is hard work to protect it. There's so many will take advantage, no? There's so many maras around, you know, try to take your wealth. So you have to work hard to protect it. Then of losing all, then at the end, it's losing. So all through these three, making, protecting, and losing, how much suffering is going through, you see. As I mentioned, it's not saying wealth is bad. Wealth is not bad. But how much we go through for this, you see. No. So it's the source of all the suffering. Then we are so distracted to protect that, you see. For those distracted by their love of wealth, we always constantly think about it. Then you see, there's no chance for freedom from the sorrow of existence. From sorrow of existence means samsara. We're so kind of entangled within that. No time to achieve the shamatha, meditation. When there's no shamatha, in other words, when there's no renunciation of this, there's no shamatha. When there's no shamatha, there's no special insight. So how one can be free from samsara? So all related, you see. Some are cut pieces the body, you know. Robbers, thieves, there's so many, you know, there. Then, verse 80, said, verse 80, they indeed possess of many ones, will suffer many troubles, all for very little, means very little benefit. The benefit is very little. Just for example, you know, if you become billionaire, how much you can eat? We have only one stomach, you know, only one mouth, you see. And how all the billions, how you can go through this one stomach and mouth, you know. So that's what it's saying. Very little benefit. But how much is you going through? See? So, possession of many ones will suffer many troubles, all for very little benefit. Even this is, they are like the ox that pulls the cart and catches the bits of grass along the way. Even the bulls who pulls the cart, they also get enough food, grass for themselves. No? Like the rabbit, look at the rabbit. They get enough food. They are not billionaires, you know. They are not millionaires. And we have such great greedy. The greed make this all, everyone is suffering. No. They're saying, no, this planet has enough resource to feed all the people in the world. But this planet cannot fulfill the greed of one person. If you have this planet, if one person owns this planet, now he is looking at another planet to get more planets, you know. So we are just our life is so lavish, so elaborated life, and greed comes from there. And then suffering, there's so much sufferings there, you see. If we share equally, and everyone takes the responsibility as well, you know, it's interdependent, you see. Everyone has to take the responsibility. Everyone shares how the world would be beautiful, peaceful. You know? So that's why Buddha taught practice of generosity, means how to share. That basically the idea is we share joyfully, happily, so I can live more harmoniously, not cheating each other, not kind of exploitation each other, rather sharing. No. So how to develop that Buddha's wisdom? We all have the responsibility to do this. Okay. Our next is verse 8:1 says, for sake of such a paltry thing, as earlier mentioned, very small benefit, paltry thing, which is not rare, which even beast can find, means that the mouthful of grass, the bird can find, the beast they can find, just for them to survive. See? Tormented by their karma, and they destroy these precious human lives. So hard to find, you see. Our precious human life. We can study three the three categories of the teachings, three baskets of the teaching: Vinaya, Sutra, Abhidharma. Study them. Then say the meaning of those teachings, what contains, how to understand the morality nature, things that need to be avoided, things that need to be adopted. No, it's a demarcation between right and wrong. Then within that, how to contemplate, make the mind more peaceful, more harmonious, shamatha. And then on above that, special insight, how to free from samsara, how to achieve nirvana. So this all can achieve this with this precious human life. No animal can do this. Even human beings who don't have these conditions, they don't have this opportunity. But we who are interested in Dharma teachings, we have this kind of opportunity. And we have ability to do this. And we wasted this. So it's so unfortunate. So purify the mind. And make life more beautiful, better used for all others' benefit, including yourself. When we say benefit of others means more you benefit others, that much you get the benefit. See? When you harm others means it's harming to yourself. So when Buddha said don't harm others, means don't harm yourself. Help others means help to yourself. Now, when there's perfected in the practice of generosity, means you are free from all those delusions. You are perfected. So that's what the Buddha's teaching is about, you see. It's all about the mind, as I mentioned. The mind is so complex, unfathomable. Only Buddha can dig the absolute nature of the mind. Even the Bodhisattvas, the 10 bhumi, still have not completed. They have to cross the border to the dimension of the Buddhahood. No? So this, what is now saying here, you know? Now verse 62 is saying, all that we desire is sure to perish, you see, on which account we fell to a hellish pain, for what amount to very little we must suffer constant and exhausting weariness. So, you know, so here's what we all desire means we desire for 8 worldly concerns, you know. Gain, no, comfort, praise, and then see praise and fame. So these 4 to gain. And to lose is losing wealth, losing comfort, losing praise, and somebody blames. So these are 8 called. Everybody is concerned on these 8. Unless you are enlightened, unless you realize everything as illusory nature, it's interest of everybody and how much we sacrifice for this. Even somebody says bad things about me, I sacrifice my life to protect that. So, see, is this all is subject to perish? Sometimes we gain, sometimes we lose, sometimes somebody prays, somebody blames, sometimes you are so famous, sometimes you are not famous. Oh, it's just so temporary, illusory nature. But how much we sacrifice for this, on which accounts we fall to hellish. Because of this, how much we attach to these 8 worldly concerns, we create so much negative karma. Even in this life, we suffer like in the hell realm. And next life, we're born in the hell realm. So it is hellish in this life and next life. Look at there some people you see, there's so much concerns about the praise, blame, and they have no place somebody blames. And if somebody prays, they're so happy, overjoyed. And if somebody blames, how much suffering is there, like in the hell realm, This is the nature of the samsara, you see. So, to this, for what amount to very little, so our mental afflictions so powerful for little things, and then we suffer constantly. If we kind of practice Dharma this way, so enlightenment is not far. Enlightenment is very close by. But we're doomed within this delusion, and we suffer so much for no purpose, for no benefit. See? And at 4, see, now you're saying, see, at 4 what it says, reflect upon the pain of hell and others' evils. First you say, reflect on this. Hell is not something somewhere down there. Now, earlier mentioned in this text, who purposely now created the burning ground with the metal liquids, all the fires in the hell realm is due to our negative mind, mental delusions. So here now say, if you reflect the suffering of the hell realms, just even this life. So it's saying here, the weapons, fire, poisons, yawning charms, hostile foes, none is level with our cravings, see, craving, desire for these things, you see. As above mentioned, all the desire, the attachment, the craving what we have, the grasping what we have, all this creates the hell realm. that which is like, they're like the weapons. These mental afflictions are the weapons that destroy our peace and happiness. They are like fire that burn our peace of the mind, happiness of the life. They are poison that kill our mental virtue. So this yawning chasm, hostile, false, all this you see, is like the precipice which falls down. So hell realm supposed to like in the lower realm, so with a lower, it's not really a special place down there. It's anywhere. In our daily life, we have these things. Hostilities. So these mental afflictions are real foe. They are our enemy. So Dharma teachings is the total, ultimate, medicine to heal the mind, to free our mind from these delusions. So that's why Dharma is so precious, you see. You can now, as other dimension, if you go to the supermarket, go to the supplementary site, there's so many supplementaries, isn't it? This will help you, 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 your lower blood pressure, this will help you to get good sleep, this will help you, this, all this there. But there is no one supplementary. So this will help you to reduce your ignorance. You see, there's no any supplementary. They will tell you it will reduce your anger. If you're so angry, they will give you some kind of heavy dose and make you sleep. That's it. No remedy. So Buddha's teaching is, you see, is give you all this opportunity. If this is not the precious, then what's precious things there in the world? There's none, you see. Realize this. It's priceless. We cannot find anywhere you can travel. You can go to places, this is the best place you can find. No. But still, we go with our mental afflictions. So you cannot find a perfect place. If you go to the Mars, we cannot find there. We're going there with our garbage of these all mental afflictions. So we make dirty there, You see. So you see how Dharma is so precious, you see. When you think of these things, as I mentioned, it's not a Buddhism. It's not a religion. It's the universal truth which describes the cause of suffering, what we don't want. It describes our peace and happiness, that what we want. Right from the beginning to the end, until you achieve enlightenment, all the complete teachings described step by step, you see. So you see, you can just imagine, there's no any scientist who understood this, Hopefully it will come someday, There's some scientists, they say, there's a black hole, But they couldn't find, the complete nature of the mind, you see. So we all have the responsibility We have to make it happen, you know. Okay, today we have finished.
Rinpoche,
Yes.
I think we skipped 83.
Huh?
I think we skipped one verse, 83.
Which
I
one?
think 83, the previous one.
Okay.
I think.
83, yeah, we can do that. 83, yes.
Sorry.
No problem. That's very good, yes, reminding. Well, that's what I was telling you, 83. But with but a millionth part of such fixation, enlightenment itself could be attained. Those who crave are plucked for more than those engaged upon the path. Yet Buddhahood is not what they attain. This is basically exactly what I was telling about, you see. Everybody will go through so many sufferings, torture themselves, suicidal, using drugs, physical pain, mental pain. If we practice Dharma in like that way, say enlightenment is not far. It's just there. But we are entangled within this delusion and ingrained in this habit. And we suffer so much, like in the hell realm. But because within the confusion, we make more suffering. Otherwise, if we put the energy into the practice Dharma in this way, see, enlightenment is just there, not far. So you see, making the demarcation, as mentioned, demarcation, samsara and nirvana. This is a very important point here. So please reflect on this, meditate. That's the point, All those explaining how much we go through, how much suffering we have, how much risking life, all these described, all are now here's just abbreviating. Because enlightenment is within us. Samsara is within us. So if we have a nerve, wisdom, skill, the enlightenment is just there. But we don't have enough courage. We don't have enough, because we are so ingrained in the samsara. And so make effort to free from samsara. Then when you could do this, not only your families, your friends, you can help countless sentient beings. As mentioned, Siddhartha did that. When Siddhartha attained the Buddhahood, not only he helped his fathers, his wife, his child, all people in his country, he helped all the sentient beings in the world, you see. Everywhere there is interest. Make sense? Oh, okay, this is the point, see. So sometimes when you go through this, you say this lady, Angela, she said, today I don't feel good what you said, because it's touching to the ego. This doesn't make the ego happy, because ego resists, But as I mentioned, if you open up, just relax, don't take personally, just see what it said. and then you can find all the wisdom there. That's what Buddha means. You should know the suffering and avoid the cause of suffering, and should attain the nirodha, the cessation of suffering, and follow the path, the Four Noble Truths. Make sense? Yeah, okay. Now, see, I try to explain whatever I could. I'm also very limited, many ways, understanding, especially, of course, my practice, but I try to share to anybody who is interested. And as I mentioned, I try to share not as a Buddhism, not as a religion, but as a universal truth that everybody can take it. Because we are talking so much about the interdependent. Nagarjuna's philosophy, interdependent, we are talking so much. But sometimes, again, we are talking to the Buddhist belief interdependent, and not understanding it's the reality nature of the whole phenomena. Because I want to share I want to make my message as clear as possible, that everybody can take interest, take responsibility, and get the benefit. Because you are also working hard, try to understand. You also just, you are going to many different teachers, great teachers, who have very high titles, who sits on the very high throne, and you are trying anything, whatever you get, I know. See, those are precious. But I want you to really to understand this as a universal truth. And then you feel so comfortable yourself. So Buddha's message is not a Buddhism. Buddha's message is universal truth, which explains the suffering and the cause of suffering. So here today is where this lot of says cause of suffering. That cause of suffering itself is a suffering. So how we have to be free from this. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, everybody. Any questions you have? I have Angela got some wonderful insight, enlightenment. Now I think you feel better now.
Yes, thank you.
Khenchen La, I have one question.
Yes.
You told a story in the beginning of Angulimala, who's trying to kill the Buddha, killed 999 people. But you said, Buddha said, he's the one who's afraid. And he said, oh, I'm the one who's afraid. What was he afraid of? What was this fear?
He is afraid of, you see, first of all, his first teacher told him, if you could kill 1,000 people, and that will give you salvation. So first of all, he has a fear not to get that amount of people to kill. See? And then he has a lot of other fears, Meanwhile, when he's running, he cannot catch up, or he cannot catch up the other people to kill, So then when he saw the Buddha as the monk, and he's running and says, wait for me, you know. So he is so afraid of this. So he loses the chance, you know. So then when Buddha stand in front of him without fear, then he was so astonished, you see. Right at that moment, he got such a strong impression. Why he's not afraid? He doesn't say, please don't kill me, you know. He stood there, you know. Instead, Buddha said, you are confused, you know. So then he said, why you're not afraid, you know? So then Buddha said, you are afraid, see? So then he realized, that's right.
Thank you.
Yeah, see. Yes.
Sometimes it seems like you can see the suffering of all these attachments and samsara, and that is agitating in itself. Like if you need to do something that you really don't want to do, but you need to do.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's a block to practice. So how do you incorporate that?
Yeah, we are suffering of the sacrifice your time. you don't want to get rid of your time, your pleasure time, you know. Yeah, on the phone, your hours, you know, you have to do this.
Yes.
And then you are so attached to that because you have not finished it, you know.
It's the attachment to
Yeah, it is attachment.
Is there a way to think of it?
Yeah, it's just all.
I know it's attachment, but how do you think of it so you can use
So
that
it is.
agitation?
So it is interdependent. Mm-hmm. So it's not easy. It's not so easy. Yeah. Any questions?
Rinpoche призывает спрашивать.
Yes, Lama, of course. Yes. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Hi.
Mr. Martin?
How every time I have a questions, but it's difficult to ask because your teachings, it's change mind. All thoughts are disappear.
Yes.
Yes. But I try to formulate. Did I understand correctly that final truth is combined with has two sides. It's like has two sides, yes. And all teachings that we hear now, it's about relative truth, and everything is unpure and pure at the same time. And final truth is both, like your body is nirmanakaya, but from another side you have a bones and stomach and brain inside your brain box, like all these teachings, it's a way to purify our ignorance about the form, or I don't know, wrong perception of the form. But from another side, in meditation, we have a experience that everything is our mind, and everything is like a vibration. Everything is pure. You know, it's like a two. I don't know, two different sides together.
It's an oxymoron.
Oxymoron.
Yes.
Tell more, please. It's like a fully opposite, you know, but
yes.
Together.
Samsara is two sides of a hand.
Yes.
Yes. Two sides of the coin.
Okay.
Yes. Now you have to practice the Dharma. For the solution, you have to practice Dharma.
Yes, I'll try.
Okay, you have no choice.
Yes. But if I percept all beings like Buddhas,
Yes.
and also your emanation also, it's one side, it's everything like an energy, you know, and not separate with my mind.
That's
but
right.
all these teachings that I hear now, it's about unpure body, you know, and it's like I don't know, is I understand right that it's
Yes.
It's like together. I don't know.
Together. It's the pain and pleasure together.
Okay.
Now, if you practice the Dharma, then your pain will disappear.
Okay.
Okay. That's the solution, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Все, всем большое спасибо.
Oh, yeah, спасибо.
I give you a lotus. I
Yes,
have a lotus for you.
thank you. That's beautiful. So, and enjoy the Dharma and practice the Bodhisattva. Okay.
С дхармой, практикуйте бодхичиттву.
Yeah. And as in the text mentioned, you know, all is our mental delusion that need to be purified. Just to remind, you know. So please take a deep breath. Inhale fully. And exhale. So today, please reflect on those verses. Teaching is all about our mental afflictions, especially craving, desire, attachment. Nobody can make us suffering as much as we make ourselves. See? So, we ourselves, as a mission, have the responsibility ourselves to purify. That's why Buddha taught all those wisdom, the teaching, the Dharma. It's all about how to solve the suffering and the cause of suffering. It's very complex, you see. Sometimes we're impatient because of the technology makes everything so convenient. You just push the button, you know. Everything just makes it so convenient. And then when the Dharma is difficult, you say, I cannot practice this, it's too much. No, it takes a lot of energy, no, I cannot practice. So we should understand, no, the mind is only the button of the mind can push by the Buddha's wisdom, nothing else. Now we know this. So we appreciate, we rejoice, always rejoice. So I'm so fortunate. Okay, thank you, everybody. Please say some dedication prayers.
Okay. By this merit, having attained omniscience and defeated the enemy of wrongdoing, may I free all beings from this ocean of existence, with its tumultuous waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death. Just as the heroic Manjushri who knows everything as it is, and as Samanta Brata likewise did too, just so to follow all of them and train myself, I perfectly dedicate these meritorious actions. May the precious Supreme Bodhisattva arise in those in whom it has not arisen. Having arisen, may it not diminish, but ever expand more and more. As long as space remains, as long as the world remains, may I too remain to elevate the suffering of the world. And then Rinpoche's long life prayer. You who are richly endowed with the glorious wealth of Dharma knowledge, who through reflecting and meditating have actualized the self-aware absolute reality, enshrined with the 100,000 light rays of ethical discipline of the Buddha Dharma, may you, Khenchen Ratnatsawa, live long.
Thank you. Everybody have a good week.
Thank you, Khenchen.
The Dharma. Okay.
Thank you, Khenchen.
Yes, thank you.
Khenchen La.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Jay.
Yes. Excellent. Okay. Oh.
Hello.
Okay. Also, we have from more people from Latvia. Kate. Yeah, Kate. Lazare.
Yes, Rinpoche, thank you very much. You are so wonderful, and your teachings are just amazing.
Yes, I try to amaze you.
You do.
Oh, okay.
Khenchen.
Yes.
Sharon is on the line.
Oh, wonderful. How she's doing?
Okay.
She's right there. Talk to her.
Yes, I see Sharon Bagan. Yes.
I muted something the wrong way. I can't figure anything out, but Rinpoche, I love you, and your teachings, as always, are precious drops of wisdom.
Thank you.
Rinpoche.
It is called a stainless ambrosia.
That was the title of a book, I think.
Yes, it is.
It's a stainless ambrosia.
Yeah.
There is we have Annie from Latvia, and her granddaughter is here now. So we have Pauline from Orange County, and Matilas. And then Ruth. Yes, okay. We have Ruth and Flavio from Switzerland, and Maria, and so all Steve, Morris, and from.
Thank you, Khenchen La.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, wonderful.
The best.
Yes, Steve Morris.